a historian, as a politician. I won't go into details, but I'll do with education.
Good.
Min kasa say kusasi fo dibem anabe difo. Mamprusi fo dibem be difo. Ebe soja. Kwanim. Men nye prepreja. Tama report no nko ya no na bia meka madwene. Na the report na ko. Men kama dwene because tension no e wo soro. Abufuo no e wo soro. E wo security implications. So me a champion. I saw me nyante. Meti asoro amanfo beba pa o. Meti amanfo beba pa na Roma no mintimu nyai. You know, so we just why would hear me biano? Why would hear me biano? And then you better America for Kusasi Mamprusi hono. For education. For education. It is not for the MPP, it is not for the NDC. It is not for the CPP. It is not in support of Otumfo, it is not against Otumfo. It is not in support of President Mahama, it is not against President Mahama. It is not in support of Akufo-Addo, it is not against Akufo-Addo. Education, addition, the bachelor there. You listen, tie, na fa, na wa.
One kasa sujina ye. Okay.
Good.
Wow. Ana face whom NPP dear no.
Onwene ye no.
Court ko for their case.
Protozoa.
Protozoa. Ana on say investors na yes said bi no. And also you go kuni and some Bawku you no bi aka dia ye di be mu. Ye di hu nkomo no pay. Na what car back was some idea near Mamprusi no education of farmer and Sunday.
You see, Mamprusi Kusasi issue is a very delicate and complex.
Papa.
Now, our historical background. In fact, me share that enya history be a Ghana ha a very delicate and complex like the Mamprusi Kusasi issue. Delicate. So don't draw conclusion. Obaza draw conclusion a manipa no bia wona ne te ho. Ote ya asa wa twoba modidi na eja.
Anya montem.
Sa. Ona ya asa wa twoba ote ona ya bobo te ho.
Na ne ba nu nkomo bia mudi.
Ne ya bobo so de wa twa no 4 thoughts. 4 thoughts. Nra bi twa no 4 thoughts no say answer 40 cedis. Na thought no ne bo aye de ne passa. 10 cedis. Hey, can you say anything to football too? You know, say, let's make it this way. The Mamprusis first to occupy the Bawku Naba scheme. And from 1721, wa baba be di Bawku Naba kunye biano. Okochea whoever is the Nairi. Now, the Mamprusis, unlike the Gonjas, no, omo defeatiwa from 1600 and no banana, omo defeatiwa. Na se ntemu hano moswa nkuru no so. Na tohaji the right hunter. Ene ne mano. Omo de tohaji the right hunter na no bi baba be dikuru no so hene. That is the difference between the Gonjas and the Mamprusis. No, the Mamprusis and the Dagombas and the Nanumbas and the Moses, they were not like the Gonjas. Gonjas no wamo defeatu ano wamo de ba.
Ababisi.
Abeyehne. So with passage of time no, Gonja no untanya rebellion.
Sense or the one ba the besi.
Ne ba ne nana. But the Mamprusis were under like the Dagombas, like the Nanumbas, omuya quite liberal, a little liberal. Omuya, nice mo see him no wa. No be shy. Actually. Not just a material okay I see ya.
Mamprusi Dagomba ni ade sa no de. Ono de se odi usuria. No we yi wa hunipa e de esi so. Se ko be yi ono ane ba ese omedi mo so
like the Gonjas.
na obeja ama mo munipa adi so na musi hine no a hine na be soya kire no.
That is it.
Okay.
And the Mamprusi history, if you look at it, Edu baby krano. Na Mamprusi na kakraka say otimi appointi bi. So okay, ha manamsi ni. Nti musi hene no ha. Mum mame ho.
Monko san kire ohene foforo bi obe.
Bene no.
Akonwa no so.
So no, the Mamprusi extended means someone Mamprusi extended up to maybe the present day Wala kingdom. Yes.
Then you know Mamprusi.
Yeah, to the Frafra.
I'm saying don't cry the Frafra. I'm saying that social say.
So that was what was happening. Now, once again, your chieftaincy problems na yenya was the CPP government and the Rollins PNDC government.
Politics.
CPP government. So, with the Ajimambadu, Yabo for the commission of inquiry, no, one more recommendations, no. Almost be cantons. Cantons, no. Cantons, no, and some infant say, Nkro. Now, the people brain him say, Mamprusi Kusasi are very delicate, very complex security implications. And this my submission. No? So what take Kusasi pa? What take Mamprusi Bokwa? Why wouldn't him history? No, because you are talking about one town Boko.
Aye. Bebre no adwen say e kuro baako.
But why wouldn't him history? Why are we knowledgeable in the history? No.
And I wouldn't him area hono.
Enya Boko. Nkrotuo no na ye dunsia.
Pusiga and
Gulungungu, Zebila, Warikambo, Teshi. Nkrotuo ba dunsia. So in this my address and this my submission. Anytime I make a Kusasi Boko no. Fama nkro dunsia no. Dunsia.
Okay. It is a Kamboko. Na che se enye kuro boko no nko a
Dabi
na mum enkrotuo dunsia
yakan. So anytime you hear of the Mamprusi Kusasi conflict, anytime you hear of Boko conflict, wa wunnimu won kwadare ana wunnimu hono obeka se Boko kuro ba akope
na ne yeka ho
asem. But at any point in time biano Boko goes with Kro Dunum Kanaho.
We
Dunsia. And that over the new patriotic party in Kurano, Otimi Yadia Pana. Or sending Kro to be crossing a kind home and I think about the Donisia.
Okay.
Unkronibia, which were not covered by the Yabua Afari Committee report. Unkronibia, which were not covered by the CPP, Nkronibia, which were not covered by NLC, the passage of NLC Decree 112. No. Nkronibia, which were not covered by PNDC Law 75, which was made on, I think, 24 February 1983. But the MPP LI 249, which was gazetted on 1st July 2020, no. A sending Kron Krabi Beka Homa Kusasi for.
And I said, Ebeka
Boko. Good. So certain like I said, Boko Asami a very delicate, very complex, very intriguing security implication. Because you are not dealing with one design. You are not dealing with one town. So me banu from saying asihama yahuno. Me fa say Boko yesunyane a. Anytime I bet Boko yesunyane. Na bisim ka ho, fiapre ka ho, domase ka ho, nsuatre ka ho, bofokrom ka ho, abronye ka ho, ayakoma so ka ho, abisim ka ho, new doma ka ho, kotokrom. So anytime you hear of Boko no, enye sunwane nko a
oba ebia Ashanti region so say bia te say de waka offense so ana manso ewo nkuro ahu be
ya ka offense so a me ha me ka ho oboase ka ho ampa babe e ka ho bebre good unya that picture
na say manso upon manso edubia manso ke
very good
manso we
sir
manso
so to the uninformed no na gina say Bawku kro ba ko but answer na obeti ase hu say Bawku kro redunum no a ekoye dunsia no ene de the airline ababe 20 adunisia and so that is it and I'm down. It is also an undeniable fact from 1721 Mamprusi na di akonyana ma problems be start in 1958. Why 1958? Look, and so we are unwritten
as a oral history
abako sembi no mema wo no when Dr. Nkrumah by in 1947 no UGCC for no omo ko to Ghana ha nyina na the Dr. Nkrumah chere say ni nipa binum na enam so when they appeared before then na yiri ka just na oba ha yi woni mpemfo binum na bae do be chere me na say ba wo de ba ba first na oni be bae no ba kokura nka ho wo ha
no mo wai
na dia asem na ba and according to oral tradition Dr. Nkrumah tried to explain say she say no me no wo montem she no say debi nsa ye de hyenkum no
no one edit
eno an edit so no
ko fo mo bra
na sa sembi wo ho a ma siesi no montem
na chese na yiri eye Mamprusi hine no question Dr. Nkrumah say unua no ma wo mo sha ase no say waja omumu say wo na wo e na odi Ghana so no ko fa wo mo bra
don't you mayor president too when he broke away and formed the Kote no hono
na say nka na yiri pese wo siesie Nkrumah ani ni nuanom kaya a wote no big six no
yeah
na yiri pese wo siesie wo
yeah because no nim why
wonim ni esi
osan ba ya wo mo nka ho bi so Dr. Nkrumah felt that na yiri amano cold reception
anyina ntum sa
so what you say then Dr. Nkrumah had some of the kusasis no so onye ntuma de enko yenuanom ho na yenko here and when he met the kusasi elders they were
amboje no so na ba no na chese okay
no this the genesis of it
okay na chese Nkrumah sha ase no unse Mamprusi for no and support no
yeah the Mamprusis were they formed by 1954 they were the backbone of the Northern People's Party
NPP
yes NPP
na Mamprusi for na backbone
yes
NPP
yes and Alhaji Bawumia's father Alhaji Bawumia's father was the secretary to the
Nayiri. Okay.
And present day Alhaji Yeremia's father, who was then the Bawku Naba, was a staunch Northern People's Party, who later joined the United Party. Alhaji Yeremia's father, present day Alhaji Yeremia's father, who was then the Yeremia's Bawku Naba, who was a Mamprusi.
And now who educate you power?
So because among the Numunyan were members of the Northern People's Party.
Hey,
so the CPP got support from the Kusasis.
Okay. I some Nkrumah. We can't say Nkrumah.
Nkrumah. And In 1957, when the Northern People's Party, because the 1956 elections, the Kusasis supported the cause of CPP. And the Mamprusis, in this contest, some become Mamprusia, become Mamprusi or Gambaga, Mamprusi or Rungu, Mamprusia, or Wale. Sir. Okay. They also supported the Northern People's Party in the 1956 elections. You see?
Samu.
Yeah. So after the 56 elections, now Kwame Nkrumah say, "Yeah, take party beer on tribal. We no." So and Northern People's Party, about joining NLM. Good.
National Liberation Movement.
Very good. And Gashimo few. And Cranford Bekan home. They all came here. So it was in October 1957. No more formed the United Party.
Oh, not just say, can you not party near a Busioko, and I say Casako.
Okay.
And Mamprusi for the moon, and Anna a year behind NPP. Not
yeah. It wasn't only Mamprusi alone.
And the others come.
Yeah, Obanya Casino and Kana Sike Tadam. Ubenya Dagati. Dombo. Ubenya Wala for binum. Ubenya Gonja for binum. They all supported the Northern People's Party.
Not just say, they all can cry no yakwese. So we now so I'm say the mudu do no ya nda Mamprusi.
Na Mamprusi won da gomba for because historically no baby a da gomba for beko no. Hona Mamprusi gina. Hona Mosi for gina. Hona Nanumba for gina.
So we ya nuafo.
They are descendants of Nagbewa.
Nipa baako na wo.
Nagbewa whose burial place in Pusiga. And now Pusiga is in the hands of the Kusasis.
Now, it's under Bawku.
It's under Bawku. You see how complex the whole thing.
Not just say, woman and na, and na, Pusiga.
Yes.
Pusiga ni under Bawku.
Mosi Nibia. Dagomba Nibia. Mamprusi Nibia. Nanumba Nibia. Banana babia yesi nananum no wahu nsamampom
anka asantimemu abeka se
bamu good bamu banyina Mamprusi bamu Mosi bamu Dagomba bamu Nanumba bamu banyina babamu wo Pusiga
and a Pusiga no so ayanda
now
Bawku
is under the Kusau Traditional Council. You see how the thing is very complex. Now, so by 1958, by 1959, now Kwame Nkrumah ama ya tutu saukro duinsiano Pusiga, Kulugungu, Orikambo, Teshi, Garu, Tempane, we nyina no. Now they have been affected by the CPP government. Then the 1966 coup no buy. So the when the 1966 coup no buy no, the NLC published Decree 112. NLC no sanema ahemfo no bia we were affected by Kwame Nkrumah ibia no osane hwane wo ema wo ba fom. NLC Decree 112 no wa Kwame Nkrumah ma wo kro soro bia no ana wa Kwame Nkrumah ji akonya bi ma wo ana wa Kwame Nkrumah fete bia no NLC Decree 112 no asa ama wo sifam
One Nkrumah bia na mamu breso efa kwan bi so anase bi so agi akonwa bi ma
na wo no
yes agi free won
some another trouble, yeah, because you see, if you look at the history very well, some are contending say omukura Dr. Nkrumah de akonya no mama wo no. Well, this is what historians are. They be full-fledged royals.
Now when you share na politics room.
Politics room.
Nkrumah ayen political.
Okay, so Nkrumah ba ebia esu abo ana abu akwa.
Na mo boje no suje
Nkrumah na se ohene se bi ko report se hene no ye mate huni a. Oh, no am pam no bo o ma bon Galloway.
Na Nkrumah tu no.
I know that it could be that near what the basis no. Ebi anya de share for
the kronum.
Yamani hunu no. So the NLC decree 112 came and it affected most of the chiefs in the present day Kusau. Most of the skins, honey friend skins. So for the purpose of the discussion, they doing see another effective woman. And they were all replaced. Oh, how delicate. Baby, and that I don't know the problem, Mama Wenchi. God Wenchi was also affected by NLC decree 112. Offenso, Mampong, Domiabra. One few questions were affected because it was NLC decree 112. Nema questions team free. Questions not the CPC, Kumasi CPC. Crofum, CPC. Et questions team called one fear. By virtue of the passage of NLC Decree 112.
Hey.
You see? Then fast forward. Kofi Buzia de wankan. Kofi Buzia de sorted the implementation. And a champion bias or be come see come sa. Sana French for can come see come sa. Come sa oko bolega hotel we friend come see come sa.
Okay.
Then the major problem we had was with Jerry John Rawlings. So when Jerry John Rawlings also came, he passed the PNDC Law 75, which was gazetted on 24 February 1983. So Jerry John Rawlings also went forward and said, wait, you know, see.
Or did it to me?
Yes. Hey. Wait, you know, I'm going to Akunyano.
I just said, your papa Jerry. Nediano Nkrumah Diano, I
don't need a pet.
Do I would own a funnel? No, sue him.
So Jerry just repeated Kwame Nkrumah Diano NLC decree 112 see what move from no Jerry. No, maybe in Kadoya and say. What NLC decree 112 by Ibian affecto see Kron Munsimu Hene. But Jerry NLC PNDC law 75 no. Jerry went further to mention names.
Hey.
So Garua, Jerry so una befa. Tempare una befa, Teshi una befa, Warikambo una befa, Boko una befa.
Now just on all the no. Now you are quite a political appointment.
Well, me dey jam tim baby. Me me my decision. Me in couple me dey why what you know. Why draw your own conclusion. You see the situation. Now, Jerry later followed it up with PNDC law 98, which was also passed on 23 November 1983-84, but it was in November. Now, Jerry went on further to say, ya bani boko, any garu, any timpane, any zebila, any warikambo, any teshi, any hihinano. Untimu famo Krowe Youth.
Youth Association, beer and
that is 98. And that same day, Jerry passed PNDC law 99, which vested all those lands Lansing Boko, Garu, Timpane, Zebila, Kulungungu, name them Warakambo, Teshi, name them Sankro Ninano, vested in Sassinina, Sabian to be found in Kansas, Yadiama DC. Abane agents assassin, Aban bet me to assassinatum. So you cannot discuss PNDC law 75 without considering PNDC law 98, without looking at PNDC law 99. What can you mean, Sambu? And a typical place here, Sasa ni biti see. Let's put Kwame Nkrumah and Jerry in one basket and Nungwa. Okay. Neodai was made a chief, I think it was in 1958 or so. Then somewhere around the 1960, thereabout, Neodai Omutu Neodai Iku. Omutu Neodai Ikunu. Kwame Nkrumah in 1963, with Oforiatta as the Minister for Interior, passed a law that is EI 68. And EI 68, you know, the district commissioner no one kind, so onuna enhwe Nungwa. Interesting scenario about Nungwa.
Answer, why are you here? So,
when Kwame Nkrumah.
That be Kwame Nkrumah palm.
Answer, omu two no. No Oforiatta. No, a minister for interior. So, on that, I catch it, we say on here. Then, another interesting scenario, and can decrease, you know, any loss, you know, if you wanna, near co 2, near co 3, near co 4. But the Nungwa's case, a very interesting scenario. Year 68, you know, a Kwame Nkrumah time, 1963. But year 18, you know, Rollins time. Oh, scenario no. Nka
63 no wona nim.
68.
Enti nka ebia Rollins time ye.
But
17.
But ebeye year 18. Well, and the year 18 no. Rollins supported because Nungwani Odawa Ikunu. Betu no na say yetu no yentu no so say yetu no yentu no and 18 no by say I know Nungwa two properties affairs. Nungwa's two properties in nyina Rollins confirm say you two omu two sisters no machichiri mutare you two
the 2 me
atunu and properties in Emra district commissioner no. So the problem na Nungwa ekoba ayiku angolense no the CPP and the, but you know you cannot blame Nungwa, you cannot blame Walense, the present Nungwa manche. Why on get to the baby? Nobody nkrata Kwame Nkrumah ne Rollins nobody nkrata edia him. Nobody ayiku yetu. So you see that
coming back to
Bawku it's a very naughty issue. Because in actual fact, if you're looking at it very well, the Busangas, the Bisas will tell you, Anya here, Kulungungu Yayadia. But now, with the Rollins, 75, and, LI 2409, of 2020, Kulungungu, whoever is on the skin of Kulungungu, is a member of the Kusau Traditional Council. So, Untimin. So, it's so delicate, so complex. So, because a point in time, Lord be baby true, I am for Nina. And I listen decree, as a be true, and not the way basis. So, went on further to name the individuals. Then PNDC law 75 also the skinned woman naming the individual say who na better so
as a political appointment.
yes, and then the situation is very dicey. If you look at the Supreme Court decision in 2010, I think it was February 2010, Neo Dai Ayiku versus the Attorney General, and then New Bokite, presided over by Atuguba Rose Aite. Atuguba Rose Aite. I think two become. It's a very interesting case which I'm inviting everybody to go and read. 2010 Supreme Court. Eni Odai Ayiku versus the Attorney General. And so it makes it say now PNDC law 75 for no for 16. I know I'm Mamprusi for no. I run is 2 when you know. I run is there for be by no. Can you challenge it in court? The decision in Ni Odai Ayiku versus the Attorney General, which was delivered in 2010, no, uko court wa enye wapim.
Na chese yehwemu a yahinsem no politics and a creative problem.
Madam Tia, Madam Medium education. Madam Tia, I'm education.
Na kwasi bia. Media medwin ho. Asam we ho. Menya comfortable discussing it.
Oh yeah, because you see, Bafa ko tokro konya no, boduatua heman Bafa ko tunu. Kwame Nkrumah timi ye ma Bafa ko toti NLN, Bafa ko to akonya ye butu Bafa ko to akonya. Bafa ko to akonya ye butu no. Obi a ne wafa no ko di nkra wo baaye. Ya de man boduatua stu heman ha no. Circumstances ma wo butu because with the formation of NLM.
Indeed, not just a Nkrumah a creative problem, our chieftains.
And Rollins.
And former President Rollins, and so ever to us, and a nay.
But even in PNDC law 70, PNDC law 107, if you gas it, the PNDC went on to say, Nana Kuradum Kwan, if you gas it, Bano, only if you gas it.
Well, young crowd that issues because Bawku should
oh, me education. Me educative, but I just had to come
because but
a very delicate and so, but no, the CPP regime and the PNDC regime.
Now show you share politicians be a din kan hono mo a minyanya na nko tumfu anko
na so come but ben
young call Supreme Court kwandai cases
the Supreme Court to kana omo ya de because you know me sure say me say money dan be me can me say Ghana is sick.
Hey,
the country is sick.
Then you drop na be
oh just nyame because still Oma court pandai, Oma file stay of execution or implementation. In law, in most cases, it is automatically the orders are stayed. If I use it in that term. Then the clerk of parliament, and the speaker of parliament, say you declare seat in vacant. I was damn surprised. Speaker of parliament, Abambaben. In fact, people like Abambaben, people like Inusa Fuseni, the way I put Abambaben, me put to say Inusa Fuseni, I respect them a lot. But Abambaben, certain decisions so far, me gidie ne bua me demano no, a shana bafum. You are a lawyer, you are a seasoned lawyer. So, oh, sir, there's a stay pending. You don't declare the seat vacant. Because 18 December, and I know your day. And then judge in a common ruling. So, judge in a ruling, now, why do you declare the state vacant? it means that the country is sick.
Asin so could be see. Emma, Speaker, woman, it's not Parliament.
But I'm talking even as a lawyer. How do you declare the place vacant? And now Omoko Supreme Court or Supreme Court say what them hold on. Look, the country is sick. The country is ill. I monitored Mama Yarga. Mama Yarga can't say binura. But how can say no mudo? Mama Yarga was talking about say corruption. You na corruption failure. Also ko hotel cleaner bi. Hotel cleaner na can say corruption no fight now or fight no and so any. It is not only political corruption or moral corruption, but judicial corruption. Because how do you have the pendency of a stay of execution of an order or ruling delivered by a judge, stay of execution pending? Nobody declares it, vacant. Then with the Yisi, only lawyer, just an maneuver. So why can't you advise the Yisi? The country is sick. The system is sick. Society is sick. We only need God. And yes, I did the
I know the Suhum Afra.
Yeah. So the Supreme Court has said Supreme Court Akasan. The Supreme Court has said. Because he is saying, what exactly is happening to us in this country? What exactly? With Mama Yarganra. He was talking about corruption and people should be tried. I don't know on the end. But he directly or indirectly, no, Shaka, you say, Yan Shanto to your name a year. Because Mama Yarga said, and Yama Bebre, number 2 Matuno, a Fasania Mano. Oh, who can some way? I didn't brain a woe. So soon, Protozua, the Yamias said, wow, when. No, but if you look at the law very well, there is plenty. Say, you get within 21 days, as a court. After 21 days, me my yes, case will be that. That was in 1997. You to about we and Yabua or the judgments and court to war. Sunyane. But I was in that case, and we were led by SK Buafo.
The former Central Regional Minister.
Yes, SK Buafo. He was the lead counsel, Sunyane High Court. Our argument was simple, say the law says 21 days, mandatory. Now we won. The first lawsuit just the leaders, we won. So baby bia, no. Baby bia, the law says sha. So after 21 days, now even look at the Aquatia, the Supreme Court made us to understand the data, the results were gazetted. So what we call after that date biano, and can just say whap him. Then look at what is happening. We just say, just we are the renaming of the universities in Kahon. Because how the NDC leadership, they are being so petty. I will use the word petty. They are being petty. With due respect, some of them are being reckless. And if I have my own way, I refer to that as being irresponsible. Petty, reckless, and irresponsible. Renaming of university, what they are said number. Wako CK Tedam into Marcos said, is it an achievement? Now we are MP, or Frafra area, or Casino area, or Nankani area, or Gruma area, Yanemuno, CK Tedam, Wanyage. Wa Dombo, we are Dagati new, we are Wala new, we are Sasala new, Yarenemun into Wanyage. O Kumase ha, we are Santinio, we are Hafunio, we are Hinio, MPP, and this Yarenemun into Wanyage. Eh, no sabi pa, dear here Ghana for pa, and only renaming. And your more rename Jubilee House. Let them rename Jubilee House. And I will see say one more member. Let them go on further and rename Kotoka Airport. What type of bunch of inward-looking politicians are we dealing with? I call them inward-looking politicians. President Mahama, Sadiachi, near this ability agitation, sir, Confanoche, the Kwame Nkrumah University, no. How will you feel? Why a penny behave something as a penny? I don't know, OSP, no, the other, no, woman for the first question, say, Momunyai. And then the speaker and the majority chiefship, they drop it. Are you not treading on the dangerous ground?
Now it's a okra, now press it, and Kayene be being found, ne papa didn't to see.
Me cry and begging, I said, Dana be me call Laura, Laura, Mebano, or much ne papa, Namcaso, or Mumpe, Saboli on senior high school crowd, Fountain Papa. I suggested it. Or no, I didn't who who's the best suggested, sir. What kind of leader is this? I'm extremely surprised. President Mahama, with your age and your experience, you should not be a party to, you should not be a privy to this kind of irresponsible political activities going on. Now, Obeti, Professor PhD holder, be American. Say, or sit the year. Ah, come on. Sagana pa sana ma wusa bibifo no ba beti dwunu wo mu no sanya dwunu kwa na enyansa ebinim dwunu wo yam ti mo nyansa nim I've been saying sir look that once upon a time there was a man Donald Adabre PNDC time on the Masunyane Coronation Park yefe what is Sunyane Coronation Park to Donald Adabre ami obribo anyam ya so kokko fodia mingila wo estate wo mingila a champion time obeye estate bi wo ho obubu adan na sisi ya wode Donald Adabre wode Sunyane Park no to etuna Donald Adabre onye bone ne kwanso
ya to Kumasi de baba ya right
onye bone and you think that only NDC for nkwa na said wo mtoto bibia na and you think that MPP for na wenyansa wo mu a schools bebrebe o kro bu bole secondary school you couldn't even name it after your own father.
Ebi on one kasa de tuyanke be kasa aha what the ateno papa.
No, that is wrong. His father played a major role. You cannot write the history and politics of Ghana without Ye Mahama.
And the just will be the betimi aye na senka aye nyasa yebeka
I said the way yabon rua no my aye gonja kamen eto the school ko to yabon rua secondary school ana ya na secondary school ana na yiri secondary school e dey no asante for there to be o. And sometimes you people, when I said to Fonica, or said to Asante Man Secondary School, they have done that. Opokuware, Prompe. Obatraka no Briba, and Devian organs and Devoasem, Devian organs and Devoasem. And senior high, in Kaba now, yet Pedro Crabber, yet Kanaman for the Atodia, because senior high, the Bisato. Why don't you name senior high Abraham Coco? Why don't you name Domase as Antepimbusa? How? Naming and renaming, and no more twenty. And I know because I'm sorry, me saw me for one. Sub, a class of blogger. Yeah, we are crap, very crano, and not just a 24-hour economy. Juma. Some before the end of class, or move a pay Silosata, Comenia Bibrato.
And they,
some of the bloggers who think say Sanka ye ton slaves and Quebec ton womcra. So when we say there ye at the same I can no and I do very about 20-24 economy. I quite of Kurabi so don't I teach you don't find any terms of what conquering. You can teach you don't find. So President Mahama NDC. You think that the economy is on good footing, eh? A lot of people are now employed. It's a recipe. It's a recipe for anger. Babrenye jumanye. Babrenye jumansi ya katiyanisa. Wakwaninye. Ka enko. Basisi yenye juma. I mean, look at this. And you're not planning on the guy renaming and renaming. So majority yan mo dia munim the rule binim apply me dia me I know the rule binim ya CPP bi they say Donald Adabre what you say huh ebinim ya very decent unko sunwani a German samba ya ne ba minister no obey regional minister or ya CPP but he was very good. The bro ha ekwosunwane sese nyina o ka say German san na wo anka sa asem wo nyina betimi aba na ko fa bibi de to German san what is wrong o ko fa bibi de to German san what is wrong you can't be so petty like that you cannot be so petty like that o ko kiti project na ufrase na ya sise nkokọ no wo he so badani double na badani confirm. When Ghanaians are actually suffering. In Burkina Faso, the man is not talking of naming and renaming. No. You see, actual construction, actual reconstruction, actual development of a country.
Infrastructures.
The man is not talking of naming and renaming. I dare me. Yakwaninye. Ya bibia nye DC ya yedna court for contempt so ya galamse ni yedna court contempt ni ya fine no and still is there no disciplined government no disciplined leader will accommodate this kind of a situation na DC ni ya
kra de beto ya say o ya jailing no 8 days na you are saying nyan ya say be nyan
and Mahama is not trying to instill discipline into the DCs. Ni only money naming and renaming. Ajenyankopono. And you have some very 2027, 2026 obey Eko was chairman. 2027 obey AU chairman. My foot AU or Eko was in Faso Benoso. And then Burkina Faso Niger Mali Kurano Kakrebe Acha Omba achieve common currency. ECOWAS 1975 up to now. ECOWAS currency. What more to me about Kokra? Double price of probably my young. And now some Ghana are complaining about the Yatono or Nigeria. ECOWAS here, Jumanka some Ghana. Says some Ghana and Yatono. Not somewhere no more. A Ghanaian like says some Ghana being subjected to this kind of treatment in Nigeria. Now ordinary Ghanaian, the idea of Nigeria.
Maybe I did Azuma or
You live in a country like Ghana, and I know 35. One say, one year cyber scammers, 1 year Nigerians. Man, papa, you have good quality leadership. And Kayado or Muko court no, you deport them. They say, any friendly leadership. Because I am coming in a man in Mayano, Wamakumano, and let me catch us said, "Now you can't say a control, but voice of President Mahama Nyano. At least I have 1 time will go out. Only the naming and renaming. So, what message are you telling the Dagatis? Oh, yeah, Dagati near Wutemia, Fabiana, MPP Fabiana, and then Dagati for Namo Honinano. Any NDC for Dagati for Mahuniasi. Kasina Nankana for no more NDC MPP Mahuniasi. Asante for no more MPP. What is a school did the Bassano? And you think this is an achievement? And you think that is a Apia Menkanya Bia, Ubakaso MPP in Kwansa, because Tama, Professor Mills take commission, Binu, review commission, Bisa or review constitutional. Professor Wanfa Menkanka. What kind of leadership is Mahama? I mean, they said to pay your money.
Yes,
and what disappointment to Ghanaians? No whole PhD holder be America or say over changing any the year. I just be honest, so government was up so. And you're very amount. A PhD holder in America, somebody who is a lawyer in America, or somebody who is a lecturer in America, then you're in a government was up. What kind of characters in it?
South government was up, no? Na. Yeah, found to.
Yeah, and sabi can fracture. Me jabare. Me turn on my journey na makoda sa ayi so. Me turn on my journey.
Oh, yes, somebody here do a power.
They are being paid. But me in Tom Agony, I am self-made man. I'm a disciplined lawyer. I'm a disciplined character. I'm a God-fearing person.